On Friday I left work at lunchtime to go for an overnight bushwalk to a remote campsite in a national park that is about 60 kilometers from my work in Canberra. I decided not to take a tent as I was planning to sleep in a hut that has a fireplace, as it's still winter here. This hut is about a 2 kilometers walk from any fire trails and can only be reached by walking along a narrow foot track that climbs a hill for about 45 minutes. The hut only gets a handful of visitors each year due to how difficult it is to find and reach. My car was the only one in the car park and I never passed anyone else on the way. There's only one track in and out to this place. When it got dark I started a fire in the fireplace and had my dinner. I was tired and decided to go to sleep around 8:30 p.m. as I planned to get up early to walk back to my car early this morning. Around 1 a.m. I woke up to the sound of a loud machine, really loud, like being directly under a helicopter or something. When I peered through the hut's window I could see bright lights flashing around, lighting up the trees, but I couldn't see the source of the lights, which made me think that they were above me. There was no way I was going outside to investigate, so I just sat on a camp chair wondering what the heck was outside. After a few minutes both the sound and the light stopped suddenly like they had never been there. There was nowhere for anything to land nearby as the hut is in a heavily treed area. After a few minutes I got the courage to go outside with my head torch and all I could see was some grass that had been slightly burned around the hut. Nothing else seems to have been damaged or disturbed. I stayed up for the remainder of the night and left for my car just before daylight came. There's no way that a vehicle could get to the hut, and I don't think that search and rescue would have a helicopter up at night in such a remote area, and there's no Air Force bases nearby either. The national park doesn't allow hunters, so I really have no idea what it was or what was going on. I don't drink or use drugs and I'm not any medication that could alter my perception. Any ideas what this could have been? Has anyone else had a similar unexplained encounter, particularly around Canberra in Australia? Hi, I live in the Antelope Valley CA. For the last 4 years we've been living in the desert, High Vista to be exact. I've been a little tripped out lately because my boyfriend keeps telling me that he sees men-looking things that move extremely fast, too fast to be human. Now I didn't believe him till he described them to me. You see, back in 2016 we lived in Palmdale CA, which is not far from here. One night my oldest son came home scared like I've never seen him before. I was about to go outside to throw the trash out and out of nowhere he yelled, "No mom, don't go outside." When I asked why, he said he had seen a man with a long pale face hiding in the bushes. He said the man moved extremely fast and that it had sunken yellow eyes, was thin and had a shirt or something over his head. I didn't believe him, but my boyfriend described to me the same man my son described. Now my daughter just told me she's seen the same thing. What can that thing be? So I'm just gonna go straight into it. Me and my boyfriend live in the Dingles, the woods of the upper Pacific Northwest. He was coming to visit me one night around 11 p.m., and frantically came into my room talking about the thing on the road he had to brake for. He described it as having 4 long spindly animal-like legs. Its body was one segment, and was only about a fourth of the length that its legs were. He wasn't close enough to discern if it had hair/fur/hide etc., or what its feet looked like. He said it had big eyes that reflected the light and it ran like a deer. It was only about 4 to 5 feet tall. He claims he wasn't scared of it, and that it felt more like a prey animal over a predator. I have attached a drawing, albeit rather crude, is the one he drew for me when I asked him to. I will also say this isn't a prank. He doesn't do pranks, and he does not have a history with mental illness. I just want to know if someone has seen something like this, or if they know possibly what this could be. It's not humanoid in appearance. After doing some research, my BF said it looks kinda like a cryptid called a stilt walker or a strider. I don't know, I'm just looking for answers. So basically I was camping with a few friends and it was about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning and we were kind of exploring. At the end of the campsite they had these bathrooms, but we reached a dead end, we so turned back. The next day after we had gone home, one of my friends called me about something he saw near those bathrooms when we were there. He described it as human but deformed and grayish in color. It ran on all fours and its movements were spider-like. It was also extremely fast. He said it ran behind the bathrooms. Normally I would think he was fucking with me, but he sounded extremely spooked, so I believe he genuinely saw something. It's been a few days and I can't stop thinking about it. The rest of us most likely wouldn't have seen the thing because he was ahead of us at that time and we had already turned around. I just got like a really weird text/call from a trusted friend. I guess while he was doing a solo run he got chased by an extremely lanky brown figure that looked like tree branches. I don't exactly believe in this kind of stuff, but the timing and his behavior are really freaking me out. He's genuinely spooked. He wouldn't even tell me what he saw at first, but after he gave me the play-by-play. Like, bro, what? He says he was hitting a usual road we're familiar with. He saw a person behind him running. Then he realized the person was catching up, so he got spooked and sped up, but the person was still gaining. As it got closer he realized it was like a disproportionate stick figure that literally looked like it was made of twisted wood and that its movements didn't even make sense. Like it was glitching or phasing. It got next to him, kept up for a good 10 seconds. Triple digits. He thinks it was a skinwalker or such since he was near a reservation. I think it was aliens. But apparently stick people are a thing and his story kind of falls in line with others. So what, some kind of extra-dimensional being decided to chase down my friend's tuner car on a Wednesday night? I wanted to tell you guys this experience I have had because I felt it was time to face my fears. I, Japanese male, was 3 and 7 and 14 when this happened. I moved to the US when I was 2. I've lived there until I was 18. I didn't really care about ghosts or the spooky shit that's in this world. This all started one night when I was 3. I was sitting down on the stairs while waiting for my mom to come upstairs after vacuuming. It was deep in the night, and this was back when my mom still liked moving around at night. I was getting a bit impatient, so I called for my mom. I heard no answer. I called again. Still no answer. I then went downstairs, and sat on the steps, and squealed for my mother. I then saw a woman in white with long black hair. I can't describe her face quite easily, but I can assure you that her face was an sad-looking face. Sorrowful, is how I can put it. I felt a pang of sympathy, but that sympathy would be gone because she reached her hands to try and abduct me. I felt heavy, rigid, and I couldn't move. I remember I started screaming, crying, and telling her to get away because she was not my mother. I then woke up in my bed. I was confused because I thought I was abducted by the scary lady. I thought I wouldn't see her again, but I was wrong. Very wrong. The next time I saw her was in a dream. I can remember everything that happened to me. I had a dream that I was in somebody's arms. I saw an body of water nearby to my left. When I looked to the right of me, good God, I saw that lady holding me. I felt that same feelings that I felt 4 years prior to that dream I had. She then plunged me into the water, suffocating me. I felt I was going to drown, and it was all too late. I then woke up, sweaty, scared, and glad to have another day to live. After this, I started to see spirits, and this happened when I went to Cancun with my family for Thanksgiving break. The third time I saw her was approximate 5 years ago. I was researching her because I felt that if I wanted to face my fears, I had to research them and analyze them. It was on April 15th. I got out of bath, texted my girlfriend quick, and then got into bed. I then heard a bunch of dogs barking. Me, hearing those dogs, quickly came to the conclusion something really spooky was near. My cats were also fighting. I just thought to myself, oh damn, I guess somebody is here for my ass, and if my cats are fighting and dogs are barking, you know who is near. I just said to myself, fuck it. I'm going to sleep. And then I went to sleep. I suddenly woke up at 2 a.m. For no reason. Everything was dead silent. I heard nothing. I felt calm, and then went to sleep. That was a stupid decision there, past me. Thanks to your stupid decision, I'm traumatized now. I didn't sleep with my arms under the blankets, and my arm got grabbed by something or somebody. It was a very human hand, and then, I heard some fast Spanish which was soft and quiet, and then I heard Miss Hijos repeatedly in the same soft and quiet tone. I had a quick realization that La Llorona was here to get my Asian ass for wanting to know more about her. Damn. I just pulled my arm away from her grip with my eyes closed. I did not want to see no more spooky shit with my eyes, alright? I just turned myself to my left and just went to sleep again. I thought, damn, how did I just pull my arm away from her spooky ass? I just got up, looked around and just called my cats to my room, and just petted my cat while staring at her ass. I think I hadn't stare off with her until I just grabbed my Bible, which my dad, American, had kept. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but then I just recited the lines, and when I looked up, she was gone. Well, that's the last time I saw her apart from when I just looked from the back seat of my car. She was walking on the sidewalk of the neighborhood at 8 a.m. That's the last time I saw her, and I do not want to see her spooky ass ever again. I don't want to not be able to sleep properly. I don't want her to appear in front of me, my family, my friends, and those who I am close to. I've seen a lot of shit enough to easily just stare at an ghost. I'm sick and tired of ghosts. It's not like I didn't hear a lot of ghost stories from my mom. If you have had any similar experiences to this, please tell me below. Lightning/electricity person came out of my TV. Hi, I'm new here. I was looking for subs to ask about this encounter, I guess you'd call it, that happened a couple hours ago. My 32M husband and I, 32F, were up late tonight. I work nights from home and he was keeping me company but has since gone to bed. I can't stop thinking about what happened and what it might have been and couldn't find anything online, so I figured I'd come here. A few hours ago we were watching some cringe YT videos about 90 Day Fiancé, our guilty pleasure show, while work was slow, talking and nothing really out of the ordinary. The living room TV is on the wall across the room from my desk, and the open concept kitchen is to my right. I can see the whole living room/kitchen in our apartment from where I'm sitting, and he could from where he was standing in between my desk and the TV. As we are watching a person talking on a very bland background. No fireworks or anything bright. There is a white sparking/sparkly ball of light that appears out of the TV and silently zooms super fast through the air towards the kitchen. Stops at the far corner and materializes the dark outline of a tall person with the white light sparking around the edges facing us. I'd say a bit over 6 feet tall and a male or androgynous build, not really any curves, and slim to average in build. It looked almost like it was spinning in that ball and landed on the balls of the feet like it had jumped from a height, slightly crouched with arms bent and a little outstretched for balance. It straightened up and disappeared as quickly as it appeared. The crazy thing was you could almost feel, or maybe the better word would be sense, in the air the very slight crackling or hair-raising effect that touching a staticky old TV would give you, or being outside during a thunderstorm right before lightning strikes nearby. We both saw the same exact thing at the same time, felt that same static charge in the air and looked at each other and said, "Did you see that / what the fuck was that?" at the same time. I would 100% call an electrician / maintenance to check on the wiring or something if not for the clear person shape. There was no storms or lightning outside either. I feel like a crazy person and wish I could have caught something on camera as proof. Has anyone ever seen anything like this before? The fuck could it have been?
Church is over, so let's start drinking. Ryder says, come on boys, get off your ass, make some noise. Yeah, man. Baby, I'm a strike.
Saturdays for the boys. You can watch movies with the tribe on depleted uranium drive-in theater Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on Twitch TV.
Like, share and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to ring the notification bell. You can follow us on Twitter at Motel and RV Park. Catch the live streams on Rumble. Listen to text-to-speech stories on Atomic Shaman TTS on YouTube.